Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in the channel today. Today I'm going to talk about the first place victory I got in a Columbus Bass Club tournament September 3rd. It would have been Saturday, and it was my second win of the season in Columbus Bass Club, and I'll go over that here in a second, over exactly how I caught him, what pit we drew, all that good stuff. If you guys would, if you're watching the video, just if you ain't already a subscriber, click on subscribe if you would, become a subscriber of the channel. Also click down at the bottom and like, and also if you see anything you like or have any ideas of any videos you want me to see, any tips or any techniques, something like that, or something you got questions about, write in the comments and I'll get back with you guys and I'll try to get up some videos about it. Okay, let's get into where we fished. We drew pit number 39, and it's one I'm familiar with. I first fished it about, about 21, 22 years ago, right in there, just over 20 years ago. So I did have some familiarity with it. I kind of do know a little bit about it. I've been in there quite a few times in my life, probably over 20 times. So I do know quite a bit where the fish stay, how they stage, exactly where they sit. So I started off with the water being low. There wasn't much structure in the water. So I went down one bank. Actually, a lot of the guys, they went down one bank, so I went to the other bank. If you guys ain't familiar with our trail, it's a trawler motor only. No side imaging, no front-facing sonar, down imaging only, or sonar units, or just sonar units, 2D sonar, so no 3D sonar or anything like that, or side imaging. So it makes it real difficult, and we only allow trawl motors only because most of the pits are, 15 to 50 acres. Six of them are just over 50 acres. So we just allow trawl motor only, so we all start off from the boat ramp, and it's kind of like a shotgun start, and everybody spreads out. It's kind of tight until you get to going. So I went down a bank that nobody was on, a bank that I wasn't real familiar with, really. So I started fishing down it, and the kid that was fishing with me, Kyler Saporito, he actually started off with a 2K Jigs Milfoil Monster. There's one of their new silicone skirt lines that came out last year. And he actually won that in a kid's drawing of ours in Columbus. 2K Jigs. I actually donated some myself to the kids tournament, and he actually won one of those in the kids tournament, so he was throwing that. And I thought he was a little crazy to start off with, because if you're not familiar with pit 39, it is crystal clear water, so black and blue's not really the thing to be throwing, but he started off throwing it, and he got our first keeper in the boat. It might have been the first keeper of the tournament, I'm not sure, that anybody had caught. And he was throwing a green pumpkin trailer. I'm not sure what the trailer was on it, but I know it was a 3/16 Milfoil Monster 2K Jigs Little Punk, that guy right there. So that got us started with a 12-inch fish, and then right after that, he hooked that one. I hooked into the biggest fish of the tournament, and this is just 10 minutes into the tournament. So I hooked into the next fish on a big hammer ringer worm in the magic bug color. I was throwing that on a 2/0 offset hook right there. You can see it rigged just like that. Like I said, it was a 2/0, throwing that on a 3/16 ounce sinker, and that is how I caught that fish. He bit it. Didn't know that. It was just barely 15 inches, and if you guys ain't familiar with the rules are they got to be over 15 inches or under 13 inches to weigh them in. So anything in between 13 and 15 now, we got to throw them back. So it's kind of a little slot limit in there. We got to go around that. So we did catch that one at 15 inches. I did not know that was going to be big bass of the tournament and basically win us the tournament at that point, but that was. So that was real nice to get those two fish in the boat right off the bat. We kept those in the live well the entire tournament. We just had to pick up one more, and we picked up quite a few more. It took us a little bit to get through that, all through that. And then that one being right at 15 inches, I had to kind of worry in my head that he was going to shrink a little bit. I mean, I could barely get him to touch on there, but he did end up going on our board, so that is good. And when we took him to weigh in, probably the biggest player that caught the most fish for us all night, the ringer worm, just caught that fish. I think it just about caught that fish, maybe one other fish. It didn't really they weren't biting it that well, surprisingly, but it did catch the bigger one. One that caught our two most fish was actually, I'll go through the two most fish here. The Little Punk and Blue Crab caught the most fish for us right there. And as the trailer on it, I was throwing a Reactions Innovation Smalley Beaver is what it's called, and that works great on that finesse jig. And they were just chomping it pretty good. I know I caught 16 fish altogether, and this one probably made up for over half of them. So it caught a lot of fish for us. Oh, we caught 20 altogether. Tyler caught 4. I caught 16. And then the next biggest player was probably a 7-inch power worm. They were biting it for whatever reason better than the ringer worm. I'm not sure. Every once in a while, that more slender profile comes into play. That fatter profile sometimes comes into play. You just got to mix them up and figure out what the bass want. Just like we mixed up lures all night long, different colors in the little punk, the 7-inch worm, and the 4-inch ringer worm. So we pretty much just switched it up all night till we found out what the fish wanted, and then just had to keep switching it up because they just wouldn't keep biting the same thing. And that right there is just a 7-inch blue fleck power worm. Real simple. Rigged on a 3-aught hook, just like the ringer worm, on a 3/16 ounce sinker. And then the next one, the next color I was throwing in the little punk was right here. And it's a pumpkin purple. It's all rubber jig from 2K Jigs. And I was throwing an Excite trailer. What's the exact name of that Excite trailer here? I got it. It is an Excite Raptor tail chunk. And I was throwing that on that PB&J color there, and it caught me quite a few fish as well. And they was eating it. Like I said, pretty much any time they bit anything I was throwing, they ate it good. They just would stop eating it. So you just had to keep switching around for whatever reason. You had to keep switching it up. Then we also did catch some fish on the Salsa Crawl. It's a silicone jig from 2K Jigs. The Salsa Crawl is the color. It was in a little punk there. All these were a 3/16 ounce. They were wanting a lighter weight. For whatever reason, the lighter fall was doing better. Sometimes in clear water, I know they like the quicker fall because they don't see it as well, and they can't really see that it's what it is. For that clear water, you usually want a faster fall, but for whatever reason, they wanted the slower fall this time. And we was throwing the Raptor tail chunk in it as well, and it was a dirt color on both the Salsa Crawl and the PB&J. It's called Dirt is the color of it. And then I did miss one over 18 inches. I don't have that out here with me. It's tied on my rod right now, and I didn't bring the rod up here. It was on a 2K Jigs deposit, or burner spin, my bad. I was thinking about the swim jig. It's the same head. It was the burner spin. It was in a 3/8 ounce, and a rainstorm came in the last 45 minutes, and I started throwing it where all the shad were up shallower. And it just got smaller blades on it, and you could really burn it back to you, and I was reeling it pretty fast. And I had one smack it and just barely missed it. It looked to be about 4 pounds. I did have some footage of it on my GoPro, but it's not exactly on there. You can see me miss it, but it didn't jump out of the water. I had my back turned, or set the hook, and you seen it jump out of the water, but you couldn't see it on the GoPro. So that's how I caught them, and I got some video footage that's going to come up after this as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and this helps you guys in the next tournament, or anybody watching this when you guys go out fishing the pits next. Thank you.
Give it. Oh! Yep. Woo! Woo! Yep. Woo! You got another one chasing it too. Black and we ain't telling the color. By golly! Yep. He's probably too big though, Kyler.
Oh, is he?
Golly! Dang it! Perfect, baby! Boom! There he is. Cast back out there. Just chase. Oh, there's one, Kyler. Oh yeah, baby! Oop, there it is, baby. Ooh, that's a decent one there. Oh, ooh, how big is it? Don't you come up? How big? Ooh, get in here, baby. Come on, get in the boat, baby. Woo! Woo! Shaka chaka, wow, baby. Whoop! There it is. Oh, really?
Why wouldn't we cast there?
Ooh, baby. Man. Woo. That one's going to be close, boy. Don't cast, Kyler. Oh, that's a good one too, Kyler. Get the net. Not as big as I thought he was. He's too small. Too big. I mean, too small, too big, whatever way you want to look at it. Ooh, he's got a messed up mouth on him too. No, actually, he's perfect, Kyler.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Perfect. Look at his nose. There's one. Should be a keeper. He ain't big, but he should be a keeper. All right, good. There's our other one under 12 inches. seen a giant under 12, but he's under 12. Get a big one eventually here. Little one. Little one. Pretty sure he's little. He's running at me. $14.
I'll just go home.
Oh, little one. Not too little, but not big enough. Ooh, man. Actually, that's freaking perfect, Tyler.
How much is it?
We have to throw him in our live well, though. That's a perfect size one right there. As long as nobody's got a freaking 15-incher. Nice and quiet. Ooh, you see that? I better throw a spinnerbait back in there. Oh yeah, that might be a keeper, Kyler. Maybe. Just maybe. Too short. There's another one, Kyler. Oh, that's a good one. Not that good, but he felt better. Ain't that big, Kyler. Well, maybe he might be. Well, we're gonna find out. I think he's too small, but freaking 14-inch.
14 and 5/16.
Got him right in the tongue too. My gosh, little buddy, you was not coming off. Not big enough.
Hang.
Freaking 14 inches. Oh, there's one. That's a good bite. Oh, I don't know how big he is. He's coming at me. I don't think he's too big. Nope. Oh, big guy. Just little. He ate it.